Hello, everybody. We will get started in a few minutes as more people roll on in. Exciting week with the Open Edition launch. All right, awesome. We are filling up very nicely here, and we've got a couple of new faces to chat with everybody. And we'll get started in a minute or two as more people come on in. Awesome. Just a reminder that everyone needs to be on their mobile phone to be able to speak on the Stargaze space, or any space for that matter. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started with our announcements for the week and let more people come on in when they are able to. So we got a couple of great announcements here. The first big one is that the Open Edition Minter prop is about to pass, so all our great artists here will be able to launch their collections tomorrow. Batch listing is also live. You can click the flow price and adjust through percentages. We'll be improving that feature with other feedback we get. But it is a largely requested one, and happy we have it up. We do have an apps page. This is dedicated for all projects building on top of Stargaze. That includes games, explorers, any other projects, the staking projects that Owlies has built. I believe there's 20 plus projects on there, including wallets as well. Please contact us if you would like to be listed there. I think we'll have a form out soon for that as well. Stargaze Marketplace also surpassed $6 million in volume just this week. MetaRats is also migrating from Secret to Stargaze, which is a totally community-led effort. I think 350 plus NFTs have come over so far. As far as community vote goes, we have 4 projects in competition right now. We need one more project to become active. There are 2 Commonwealth discussions in the government's forum right now. The first one is an analytics funding prop for Stargaze, for analytics-stargaze.com from George. The ask is 50,000 in stars and 4 payments till the end of the year. You will be doing other tranches for that. And also a contract deployment by Noise. This will deploy the proxy contract and enable the RAN drop, which is a random airdrop of Noise to Stargaze holders. What Noise does, it allows a random beacon to be used by any DApp on Stargaze. And Noise has already sent 800,000 Noise to the Stargaze community pool. So great week for us, and I'm looking forward to chatting with the projects today. Our first Open Edition mints will be starting this Friday. We have 7 or 8 projects, I believe, who will be coming, 3 that are new to Stargaze, and excited to chat with you guys. Let's go ahead and start with somebody we haven't seen before. Yury, welcome.
Hello, guys. So glad to join you all. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. This is your first NFT project ever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I believe we've been talking to you for a little bit now. Could you tell us how you came to Stargaze and what your familiarity with NFTs are?
Right. So actually, the way I joined Stargaze was very. It's quite interesting. It was I met someone in Paris who directed me into this project, and they told me that it would fit with what I'm doing because it's very creative, and because I'm coming also from music and also from multidisciplinary approach. So I run a couple of festivals and produce music myself and perform and tour. And I'm inspired by a audio-visual approach where I combine visual in the sound and the art forms. So I think the NFT is a really excellent art form in a way which can combine both of these worlds, the audio and visual.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about your background with music? Exactly what you do.
Right. So I'm coming from music. I play violin since I'm 5 years old. In my family, we play violin since the 19th century from my father's side, so it's been a while. And I'm a composer as well, and I'm artistic director. So I tour internationally as a solo violinist, playing classical music, and I compose and produce classical film music and electronic music as well. And as well, I curate multidisciplinary projects. I run my own festival for several years already, where we bring all kinds of arts together. And also this year, I'm going to be curating the 2 shows for the VIP program of Art Basel in Paris this October, where I work with live artists and AI. And also we're going to create an NFT from the live performance.
That's really cool. Can you guide us through how it was to create your first NFT on Stargaze?
Well, it does because I've never done one before. It was, of course, a little challenge because I needed to check the market a little bit and see what's out there. And it is so many incredible artists and lots of cool stuff, and it's so diverse. And I think also the way that the NFT space is, it's like a huge gallery which doesn't have really boxes, which is great. So like one has complete freedom in creating an art piece and not being influenced by the market as it's in the real life, like physical, so it's a physical gallery industry. So that's very interesting for me. And basically, I was inspired by the idea of the space. I was inspired by the idea of the cosmos, of the time travel when I was creating the soundtrack and as well the visual. So I was trying to bring these two worlds together, like kind of this very introvert moment of creating the music piece, but to combine it also with this whole idea and the sound of the something big and something epic and something what could be, like a travel in the cosmos or something like that.
Right. Yeah. I guess can you tell us a little bit about the piece as well, and like the process involved with it, as well as the accompanying visual component?
Right. Exactly. So like while composing, I was inspired, obviously, as I mentioned, by the idea of the space, the space travel and the stars and all this kind of massive environment. And so the piece called is a Harmonic Odyssey, Unveiling the Mythos. So it's kind of like an audiovisual journey which transcends boundaries, and it's kind of an immersive experience when you listen to it, because from one point you see a person, like which is me, playing the piano in a small room while having also this incredible visual which is representing the space in this huge, unlimited space. So that was an inspiration for me, which is kind of like an introvert moment, exploring into the bigger space.
Very cool. Very exciting. Excited for your first project here on using NFT.
Yeah, very excited.
Let's go ahead and hear from Cosmic Camera right now about their project.
Hey everyone. So this is an AI animation which I'm going to tweet out shortly to reveal that I put a lot of love into, and I made specifically for this, open edition, which is called Stargazing. And I used a lot of different tools I experimented with. I started with Midjourney to create an image, and then I kind of tweaked that with Photoshop Beta with that AI generated fill. I used Kyber to create different AI videos, animations like based on that. Topaz to do some upscaling, DaVinci Resolve to do some color correcting, some plugins there, Premiere. And then for the first time I worked with Google's AI Test Kitchen to actually generate an AI music piece. And I generated maybe 50 music pieces until I found some that I liked. And that was actually really exciting to work with, because I'd never used any AI music stuff before. But you can actually produce some really interesting results. It's very interesting to see, like with image prompting, how one little phrase or word can influence a piece of music. So yeah, that was really exciting to put together, because I'd never done a process like this before.
Very cool. Yeah, the piece is beautiful, and I think I heard Yury saying that he's working at going to be doing something with the AI festival.
Yeah, it's an Art Basel. It's like, I don't know if you know Art Basel. It's like a fair, so it's a kind of fun thing.
Yeah, Art Basel has a lot of cool stuff going on, and and then I'll also be giving away just a few small prizes for minters, like, maybe one person win 1,000 stars, a few extra open editions. And then in addition to that, after the mint closes, there's going to be an opportunity to burn 2 once I announce it. And if you burn 2, you can get a entirely new kind of theme AI animation, just similar to that stargazing theme, but a totally different animation. So I thought that'd be kind of a cool, experiment to try out and see who wants to, if you want both pieces, you'd have to mint 3, and then later you'll be able to burn 2 to get the other one, basically.
Very cool. Yeah, I know a lot of the open editions on Ethereum have a burn mechanism built into them. Is this your first open edition mint, or have you do you have experience on other networks?
I had one open edition on Ethereum during there was kind of a period where everyone was kind of doing it, and that was super fun to see. But obviously my first on Stargaze, but yeah, I did have one there, and it'll be exciting to bring it to Stargaze as well.
Thanks. Yeah, always looking for feedback on how to improve and what else we can add to it. So thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. It's been fun talking to Graphene about like the open edition and like, different mechanics and things that could be brought to it. But it's really exciting to see it come to Stargaze.
Yeah, and also we did recently add the open edition channel and the ecosystem projects to discuss with the developer, which is from Raccoon, about how the V2 could look and any other feature adds to it. So chat with them in there, and we'll have space coming up with them as well.
It's amazing.
Next up, let's go ahead and hear from ohhNFT.
It's so funny. I was in the middle of like trying to comment from one of the accounts, and then I was like, oh, he's not going to say my name. He's going to go to some other. And then I was like, oh, crap. Okay, switch gears. Thanks for having us up, man. This is exciting. I'm so super pumped for you got me thrown off. Everybody's give me some giggles. How's it going?
Going well, yeah. You've been a super active community member, always on Spaces, always chatting, and you worked with a bunch of artists as well in the past for the different O collections. I guess, can you tell us about how this one came together?
Yeah, so this 101 is something I actually created last year as kind of a celebration. I'm calling it Wolfman's Vision. Obviously from, everything we've been building with ohhNFT. And if you once you see the image too, you'll kind of get the concept behind it. But it was created by our artist Anastasia. She's the one who did the Disconnected Memories that we launched last year too. It was the 12 pieces, the 101s. She's just amazing. She's from Ukraine. Incredibly talented, younger girl, and she doesn't speak English. So I've tried to organize, where we could try to line up an interpreter, but it just hasn't happened for these. So I have her working on something else that's even bigger. Her will be the first generative collection, actually, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to get an interpreter lined up for that to get her on here because she's just amazing. She has so much talent and has done an amazing job of just, I feel like, in capturing the owls and the spirit of what we're building. And yeah, it's just definitely one of my favorite pieces. And so this is just kind of like a love piece for people to mint and be able to share and send out. And, just as a celebration of what ohhNFT is building and the community building that we're doing with Stargaze and the multi-chain. A lot of what we're doing too is really trying to bring as many people into the space. We have like the Gazer free mint coming up as well. So we're really trying to do everything we can to attract people to Cosmos and Stargaze and bring users here. Because, a community-owned platform like Stargaze is completely unique to the NFT space. There's nothing like it out there. And to be able to get as many people eyes on this project as possible, as early as possible, I think is really exciting. And this 1-to-1 minter, I think, is extraordinary. And to see some of these new people and to see Yury finally come up. I know we were talking a while back too, and it's so exciting to see that we finally found a way and he's here minting, and there's so many other talented new artists that are minting. It's just like, I can feel the momentum growing with Stargaze and where we're all headed with this platform and with the community that, we are so at the beginning of something great.
Yeah, no, I didn't even realize. Yeah, I forgot you guys were chatting about working together. It's cool that you guys are getting launched together. And one of when we were talking with you, Yury, early on, it was like a challenge to come up with an entire collection, right? And how do you choose the pieces? How do you price it? How do you create everything? The open edition just really gives more flexibility to experiment with what creators can do, and it gives a much lower overhead and like barrier to entry for people just to try stuff out. Like similar to the 1-to-1 minter, the open edition minter is like just another way to experiment and like onboard people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe the next one will be an album once you get your feet wet here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have many ideas.
I think we've had one musician release a record on here, and that was NFTV's last year, I believe. But definitely looking forward to having more. Let's go ahead and hear from Saturn Candy.
Hey everyone, how are you guys? So I'm Saturn Candy. What I do is I create intricate illustrations, mostly women. But yeah, so for this piece, actually, I created this a few weeks ago. Initially, the theme that I've decided to create is more of like something about grieving, something about the loss of or death, but I didn't want to make it too dark, so I changed it to something else. So yeah, so the theme is more of like creating your own universe or your own realm. This is pretty unique because the the subject here would be like the women facing backwards. So it's more of like it's not really a frontal orientation of the subject. And for this particular piece, I actually used like an element from Tropical Madness. And this is actually the only piece that has the same size of the flower that I use. Is it has the same size as the main subject or the main portrait. So yeah, I had so much fun doing this. And yeah, and so excited for the open edition. Congratulations again for this new feature, Stargaze.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm looking very forward to it. It's always been like very detailed, and there's you get a lot from looking at it from time and time again. I always like notice little details.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and hear from Anyo.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for having us. It's cool to be here. So I'm Sammy J, and I'm running the whole Anyo ship together with the main artist SOS Luna, and we're actually quite busy right now with the Z Hunters and the extra collections we're doing for that, Tales of Alawan and the special encounter. So when the Stargaze team approached me about this open edition minter, I was like, I don't know if we can handle it. I mean, to create something. But then I remembered a piece that SOS Luna had created after a heartbreak, which was quite recent. And I took a look at it again, and I talked to him, and we felt like it could actually fit quite well for something like this. And then at first we were thinking that it's just like a one-off thing. That piece is called Bond of Trauma. But then as we kept talking, we're like, actually, this could turn into a series. So now it has given birth to the Bond series. So there will be a series of art pieces, same dimensions, same with different characters and different masks, and all of them sort of exploring different emotional moments, and all of them will be open editions. I don't know how many we will end up making. I guess it depends on how it goes, and it also depends on what emotions SOS Luna is going through. But yeah, so that's where we're at with this. I don't know if have people seen the art? I haven't seen all the other art. Like, is there one place where you can see all the art?
I don't think everyone's revealed all of the art that they will be minted tomorrow yet.
Okay, so is the idea that it will be revealed as the mint goes live, or are we allowed to reveal it before, or should we reveal it before? Or
you're welcome to reveal it whenever you want to.
Okay,
we tweet it right now, and we can post it in the Twitter space. That goes for anyone else here as well. If you guys want to post something onto the space, we'll pin it up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to multitask and do it.
All right, great. So each of these new pieces is going to represent an emotion, and they haven't been created yet.
Yeah, they haven't. The first one is the only one that's been created, but we felt like it could work quite well as a series, and we also wanted to give it a try with this open minter function.
Yeah, when we first talked to you about it, I don't think you had an idea of what an open edition was, right?
No, we didn't, and we were so deep into creating these Tales of Alawan pieces. So at first I was like, maybe we just can't do it. But then I just remember that he made this piece, and he didn't do it for a specific person. He just made it as a way to deal with the emotions that he was going through. But then we felt like it fit quite well for this open edition function.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the piece, and it's a beautiful piece. There's a lot of different facets to it. Yeah, I love the men, and I'm sure everyone else will too.
Thanks. I'm gonna try to post it now. I'll let you know if I manage.
Okay, sounds good. And now we can go ahead and hear from Stargaze Rooms. Oh, I think he came off. And Stargaze Rooms, I think you may be having... Oh, you're on. Well,
Yeah, hey everyone. I just got some connection problems.
we just heard from you last week.
Yeah, we had a great meet. I'm really satisfied with what happened. And now we've come up with some more great art with a great concept actually, and you can see it on somewhere on Twitter, I guess. So it basically creates a picture with some artists that I think I just like them, I guess. So yeah, there's a compilation of artists and the Stargaze logo over there. So it's kind of represents the community, and it always excites you when you see some things you like collaborating. And I've been thinking of this concept for a while, and this is a great opportunity to make some open edition art in that way. So yeah, I really like it. You can find it somewhere. I guess we haven't posted it yet on Twitter, but I will do it, I guess, today.
Yeah, it's kind of like a collection or a collage of all the other artists in your style, right? Can you tell us which artists are represented or which projects?
Yeah, so these are basically projects who helped me in the beginning of Stargaze Rooms. You can see Starty, Women of Cosmos Cave is over there. There is also ohhNFT, I guess, Reapers, and some more. I also Wizards. You can find it. I'm gonna repost it right now, I guess. Retweet. 1 second.
I love it, by the way.
So basically, artists who I find whose art I find them good for me.
Personal preferences.
Yeah,
All good.
I guess.
And I have a general question for all you guys. How long will the minting be open till? We're setting a cap of 200 stars for this for the launch, so that there can be so everyone can get a chance to mint whatever they wanted to. But how long are you guys going to keep your mints open till?
I thought that there was a like a 2 weeks window.
Me too. Yeah, I guess 2 weeks, huh?
Yeah, there's a 2 week max. There's a 2 weeks max for this, but you can make it shorter if you want to. So some people they want to make it shorter so it can be a little bit more exclusive, but we don't want it to go over 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think maybe I would do 1 week because it's only the first week that will be featured as well, and then in 1 week will there be other open editions launching, or?
We're planning to launch open editions 2 weeks, at a minimum of 2 weeks after these launch. So
every other week.
Yeah, I mean, we're still working on how it's going to look, right? We may even we do pretty much 2 projects a week right now. We may bump it up. We've had a lot of demand for featuring on the open edition, so we have to gauge that and kind of spread them out evenly as best as we can. We may do another big drop as well. But right now it's a minimum of 2 weeks for another open feature.
Well, yeah, from every quarterly or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if we get the demand. Like we had pretty good demand for doing this, and that's part of the reason why we have the open edition, right? So that projects can experiment.
Yeah, this is really genius. Thank you, Raccoon Supply, for bringing the tech to this. Right, they're the ones. They did all the dev work, right? They got this contract on chain, and will they earn royalties from this too, or?
Yes, I believe they will get. I think we changed it recently. I believe it's 50% off the fair burn.
That's insane. That's amazing. I think that was probably one of the first incentives that we came out with, right? I mean, I can't imagine devs wanting to fade Stargaze now that they can come and build these contracts on here and actually earn royalties forever, right? This is forever that they're going to earn off of this.
For now, that's the way it is, right? So that could always change through governance. There's been talks about possibly putting a cap on that if it's a super popular contract, right? That's for the community to ultimately decide. But yeah, right now it's 50% in perpetuity off the fair burn, and that also gives incentive to keep the contract maintained, right? To add new features to it, and that was. That was on the contract side, and on the front end side, that was the Stargaze team implementing it on the front end to be able to mint on the website. Also, guys, I want to go ahead and open up the floor for questions from the audience for any of these talented artists we have. Please request to speak and we'll get your questions answered. I guess I have a question for all of you guys. How do you foresee the open edition minter kind of affecting your work or how you decide to release projects?
I kind of see it as a nice sort of addition to the more traditional collections that we do. That it's more flexible. We can maybe like launch things faster or like with less notice, and we can have low price and more people can access it. So more people can take part of the art. So I see it as a really nice thing. I'm looking forward to see how it's received and how many people will actually, mint. I actually had a question to the other artists, like, what about like the wallet limit? Well, what are you guys thinking?
For us, I did 25 max just for we're doing 99 stars. And it really is just kind of a way for, I think my hope is, people to mint these to give out and give away and use it as an onboarding tool. And obviously too, there's collectability depending on what the turnout is for all of this as well. But I really see, especially this first one, keeping the price low is such a huge onboarding tool and just getting people exposure to the process and how this all works. But so much of everything that we want to do right now too, I think is just about showing people the power of what Stargaze can do and what our community can do and how we can, I think that simple act of giving someone an NFT is such an incredible intro to starting the addiction. I know so many people who were like fading NFTs, so many people who were even like bigger devs in the Cosmos space who were just kind of like fading NFTs and just like, nah. And then they got their first in one way or another. I think Timmy's a good example of that. Tendermint Timmy, he was like, nah. And then he started his own collection and now he loves NFTs. So, it's such a fun thing to find whatever somebody's in can be. And I think these one-to-one, this minter, the way this is going to go can be a great way for that.
No, beautiful. All right, guys, any questions for our artists here? Yury, as this was your first project, what was the most challenging thing for you?
Sorry, could you repeat the question, please?
This was your first project. What was the most challenging?
Most challenging? Well, I think artistically it was definitely not, because artistically that was actually exactly something that was very free to create, and I had the complete freedom in creating the piece and expressing it. I think it was the logistics, like to learn like a little bit more about the let's say the logistics part of it. That is something but I think it's always like when you start somewhere, you just need to learn a few things and get used to it. But to be honest, it was not difficult at all. It was not really challenging, and it's exciting. Community is very welcoming, and it's great. I like that.
Also a little update on the royalties. The fair burn is for mints only and not for the secondary market. I just wanted to clarify that. And we have Hefe up. Welcome, Hefe.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Just a question for like all the creators. So from what I understanding, it's just gonna be one specific NFT. There won't be any it's just one, right? And so there won't be like a rare one or anything like that. But so going off of the question of how much is max per wallet, like what would be an incentive for us like to have more than one? Is it just like as you guys said to give them out, or like later on do you guys envision having more than one would give you like a whitelist for something else, or like what do you guys plan like, for the future? I know we're like super early, but just kind of wondering.
I think you said that right there at the end. We're super early, and I think in the future maybe there'll be tons of these out there, and it could be whatever it might be. But because this is the first, right? There's always that first element. I think there'll be some collectability here, especially because as we're in a bear market, there's a heck of a lot less people than there will be once the bull market happens. So I don't know. That's just my take on it, not financial advice. Just the thought of, as a collector myself, I definitely see like just like the Genesis collections that minted, even the ones where the rug, there's still so much collectability because they were there at the very beginning. Just the same thing with, I think these kind of firsts are really special and unique.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think like a lot of people are not paying attention to NFTs now, and Stargaze is still small, but like there's a bull market, like the collectability, like you said, of the first open edition, people will start to pay attention. And like, I don't know, I see that as, again, not financial advice, but that could be an interesting thing. And for mine, I'm experimenting with this mechanic of like, you could have 3 and then burn 2 of them to get a different piece. So it's decreasing supply. And then, I mean, I have no idea what the secondary market will do, but like, I like that idea of kind of using that to supply and see what happens.
Yeah, right on. I mean, I'm planning to get one from all of you guys. I understand that we're super early. And like right now, what you just touched on, I think the Trailer Park team or Trailer Park Kids team has something like that where like you swap a few and then you get a rare. So that might be something cool too, like for later on.
Well, just to clarify too, that was Ali's that originally came up with that in Cosmos. Just, but anyway.
Sorry, man. I don't know the history. I just know that they were doing it right now. Cause yeah, definitely credit to whoever created it. Sorry.
By the way, I see a few people like me and Anyo and Stargaze Rooms have their posts of the reveal in this thread under the spaces now. If anyone wants to check them out.
Oh yeah, let's get those pinned up here now. Also, I do want to mention that while they are the same piece, there is some rarity aspect, right? Generally, the very first print, like the very first one that people mint, or very first album or book that people own, tends to be like the most rare one in that series. So there's definitely an advantage to trying to mint it earlier. And Stargaze Dreams, I believe you had your hand up for a second.
Yeah, it was a misclick. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Guys, any questions from our audience here? The Open Edition really just brings a lot of different options for all the creators. I'm really excited to see what you guys will come up with. Maybe any other challenges you guys had for the Open Edition? I know getting the technical work up is almost there. But does anyone have any issues that they'd like to talk about? No one? Quiet group today. There's don't make me cut it short here.
Quite a challenge to fit all the projects I want on a single picture, and I guess that's all.
Sounds like you need a bigger canvas.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if it was a challenge or just kind of exciting, but for me, working with like new AI tech before, new ways to do AI animation and like the AI music thing. So that was definitely interesting to work on with this. And
yeah, and the process of creating like one individual piece, right, is different from creating the entire collection. Do you feel as if you put more like time like out for this individual piece?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's more pressure of like, oh, this is representative of this is the one thing everyone's seeing. So like, I created so many AI animations. I actually spent a really long time making a lot of things, which some of them are interesting, but ultimately I wanted to go with the one piece that, really encapsulated what I wanted with this. So it was definitely interesting how much time I spent in one piece versus if I were making a collection, maybe multiple of these pieces would be interesting and worth showing off. So that was definitely a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of exciting things planned for the Open Edition Minter itself, and a lot of ideas you want to bring over.
Yeah, totally. And I think it's really cool that it's on Stargaze now. It's just one more tool for creators to kind of flex their creativity. So it's awesome to see Stargaze expanding in that way and being such a good platform for creators.
Night Go, welcome.
Yeah, hi everyone. I have a question. When this Open Edition Minter starts, how do I find it? Because if I hear correctly, it's on Friday, and Friday we have the usual fresh mint on Stargaze. So how would I be able to tell this is the Open Edition versus the usual Launchpad?
There will be so all 8 will be featured for on the Launchpad page, but there will be a tag that says Open Edition, like a little like oval pill where it just mentions it's a little badge that says Open Edition, so there shouldn't be any confusion. There will also be a start time and an end time, right? So regular mints don't really have an end time. I guess the creator can burn them all if they wanted to, but these are going to be open for a specific amount of time, a maximum of 2 weeks, and it sounds like some people may even do it shorter.
Okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
No, you're welcome. Yeah, I know there's probably some details here that we may be missing, but it's going to be relatively straightforward. You show up just like any other mint, and you go and you mint it. They just all end up looking similar. Okay, and we have another question from Maestro. Welcome. Still connecting. Okay. Hey, Maestro. Welcome.
Hey everyone. I just wanted to take a minute to congratulate Stargaze, the entire team, all the NFT creators, everyone here, for making this bear market fucking awesome. If it wasn't for Stargaze, I'm speaking for myself, but I wouldn't be in this ecosystem anymore. So and second of all, I'm actually very interested on I thought Eva Bohr was also launching this Friday. Is that still happening? Because she's not on the space today. Thank you.
Yeah, she is still launching this Friday. She wasn't able to make space. I'm unsure of the reason, but she's launching. We've been working with her, and I believe her project is already on testnet.
Awesome. Thank you. That's all.
I believe it's the same with Riyadh as well. I think it's possibly very late for him right now. So he wasn't able to make space. Yes. ohhNFT.
I was just going to add a question for you, because I know a lot of people who were here on Stargaze, a lot of them, this is their first experience with NFT platform. And, Cosmos was kind of last to get NFTs in the in the blockchain roundabout way of NFTs coming. And I was just curious, because I know your exposure is outside of this ecosystem. What else have you seen as far as use cases for open editioners? Like, what have you seen other projects do that you found really? And what are you most excited to hopefully see?
To be honest, I'm really excited just to see like super dope art and artists from other places and new artists come over to Stargaze and just play around with it, because it's a low risk and it's a low risk and low investment from the artist point of view, just to play around and see. I'm just really excited to see new stuff created by new people. In terms of what people have been doing with the open edition, the burning is really cool, and I believe Cosmic may have even shared this with the team, where you can reopen the minter back up and then burn within the same minter. Is that right, Cosmic?
Yeah, you can do something like that on Manifold, and I've been talking to the team about that. So I don't know if it would need to be built as a different app or something, but that would be really cool to see something like that on Stargaze come, where some app like identifies that you have X number of NFTs and then lets you burn them and mint. By doing that, you mint a new piece.
Right. Yeah. So the minter just kind of the creator of the minter can reopen the minter to add like a new piece to it. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like technically the same minter, but basically yes. Like it's a specific thing that like recognizes you have that initial piece and then uses that, burns it, and mints a new piece at the same time.
Yeah, super cool. So maybe that's a V2 of Open Edition on Stargaze. And so we need all you guys to explore and tell us how to improve it, or tell Rack how to improve it. I want to know what you guys are also thinking about doing else. Like, what else? I know, Auli's, you've got some ideas. Anyo, you just decided to start like a new series as well. Cosmic, you're going to do your burned mint. Saturn Candy, what about you?
Yeah, I'm also actually working on a side collection right now. So this is more of like a bigger supply, just to get people on board. And of course, a cheaper mint price. So I have been posting a lot of teasers on my Discord and Twitter. I'm not sure if you see it already, but yeah. So far I've been having so much fun doing this, and I might open some slots for some custom pieces as well.
Yeah, your pieces generally mint for about 8,000 stars, I think. So these will be going for 200. So a part of the open edition, right, is for artists to make their work accessible to the community. And at 8,000, it's not accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
Has faith. Yeah, you got a question?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, not really regarding this project, but just in general, one or two creators. So first, I wanted to ask Anyo. I know that right now we're doing the game, like the battle game, like we are Z hunters and the creatures. So I wanted to know like more. Is it going to be like I know it's on Discord right now, but is there any kind of plans of like maybe to a mobile game? And then also like how would it work in terms of like the battles? Is it going to be like a Pokemon thing where like each creature has a specific power, or like just so we can go more over that?
Can you guys hear Anyo?
Sorry, what happened? Sorry, I was asking you a question, bro. I don't know.
Sorry. I phased out. Sorry. What was the question?
So you know how you guys are working on the battle game with your Z hunters?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if you guys have any plans later to make it into a mobile game, because I know it's only on Discord, and then I kind of want to get an idea of how the battles will go. If it's gonna be like some Pokemon kind of thing where like every creature has a specific power that can damage or heal, or like just if you can go more over like how the battles will play out.
Right. Have you been playing or
Not yet.
no? Okay.
I don't have that many creatures yet. I have some hunters, but
Okay. Yeah.
get into it later.
The-
Yeah, I haven't played yet.
Yeah. Cool. There's a tournament going on right now. It's been going on for several days. It's been quite intense. But so the plan is we're doing the game with the creatures and the hunters that people own, and right now it's in Discord. But we are also the next step is to make it into a board game, which will be way more complex than what this game is right now. And that will be a board game that you will buy as a box, like so that you have all the cards there. And that the purpose of that is more to just see how it really works in real life, and to get more feedback at events and stuff like that. But the end goal is to create a software like a PC game. But that's quite a big project to do. That's why we have this sort of like middle step to do the board game. But we are working actually quite intensely now on the game design, and we will have some tests of that in the Discord as well. But what we have now is more kind of straightforward. It's like you pair a hunter and a creature together, and then you battle out with other, against other people. But for the board game, it will be more complex. Than like the kingdom that your creature or hunter comes from will play a big role, and there will be a lot of other elements that will sort of like change the game and affect it. So we kind of fell into this now, and we're having a lot of fun, and people seem to have a lot of fun playing this tournament right now. So we decided to sort of like go follow this route and see where it leads.
Sounds sick, man. And it really does sound sick. And then I have one more last question for one of the other creators here. It's for Stargaze rooms. I read like the roadmap, and I just had a unique question. I know that it's really early, but can you explain the concept of renting a room? Because I know that I read it's like you'll be able to rent your rooms. Like, how does that work? Or like maybe you give me some small alpha on that.
So basically, I was thinking of doing it through our website, which we built, and through the contract, but I'm not really sure of the possible on Stargaze. So we'll think it out, and I guess now it's more an open question.
Cool, right on. Well, again, thanks all of you guys. That was my last question. Thanks.
I believe, we did talk. There's ERC 4907, which I think is an NFT rental standard on Ethereum. Once there's demand, like maybe more demand for that, that's something we could look at porting over somehow. But yeah, it's definitely in the works at a protocol level as well. ohhNFT, you got your hand up.
Yeah. Also, we kind of diverted from your original question too on like how we'll all use this in the future. And one of the things I just pinned to the top two of you see, I don't know if anyone's been following, but like Gazers and ohhNFT Owlies, we all have comics that we've been putting out and regularly. And I could definitely see this being a cool way to be able to allow people to collect the comics as we drop them and release them. I try to put them out like one every week with most of the collections, and so it's been really fun to be able to tell the stories. But it'd be even more fun, as we bring each comic page out, to be able to actually put them out there and allow people to use this.
Yeah, another use case that I've heard of people using these for raffles. So you can have an open edition, and then whenever you mint that's your ticket into a raffle. So that's a cool idea. I know we have Stargaze raffles as a project too, and maybe it's be a side project for them as well. And another one was subscriptions, and just an open edition NFT as your subscription to a service. That could be a cool use case. We haven't seen that yet, but excited to see what people do with it. And maybe a subscription to your comic book collection.
I'd love that though. I mean, that's what's so fun about this is as we all come together, we just come up with these different neat ideas to innovate. I mean, this is such a fast moving space that, if you can't come up with an idea, somebody's going to help you later on.
Yeah, we just kind of create the tooling, and then you guys run with it, right? Like we could never in 1,000 years come up with the stuff that the entire community comes up with, especially the art. So yeah, it's really great to just see everyone kind of also even like working with the restrictions, like yourself, Wolfman, right? And like, we don't have staking yet, but you help create this soft staking platform that people can use.
That's so true, actually, because if you guys wouldn't have come out with your DAO tech last, like October, November, December, when I was hoping for it, like we necessarily wouldn't have gone this route, but it's been amazing and incredibly fun and has really changed the trajectory of like how our platform is going to function and work and how we're going to, the value that we're going to be able to bring teams and projects, not just through Stargaze, but we've got Polygon and ohhNFT staking too. And so, and in the end, it's all about, I think, bringing more value back to Stargaze.
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I know that's what you got your Gazers collection up there for as well. All right, guys. Do you have any other questions or comments from the community? I'd love to get anything answered. We've got a great crop of artists up here. Maybe not. All right. What would you guys like as your last words before we log off for the day?
I'm just super excited to see how this turns out. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I guess let's fucking go, guys. Open edition, new meta. Making this market pretty fun for me. Yeah, especially it really fits the concept I've been thinking of. So it's good luck to every mint.
Yeah, same. I'm excited to see this new technology come and for us to be able to take advantage of this and to see what the community does with it and where we take it from here, man. Let's go.
Go chop. Go ahead, Cosmic.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to say. I just said let go. But
I don't. All right. Let's go. Yeah, guys. No, it's going to be exciting to see how the mint goes and what the distribution is going to be like. Maybe have a look at the number of unique wallets that hold your work and see how it may change over the next week or two. I'm going to mint all your stuff, all the projects. So excited about that. And everyone have a great Fresh Mint Friday for a fresh new minter. See you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you and see you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.